Sons of prostitutes, how do you feel about what your mother did? I despise that wretched piece of shit and every day, don't hear she hasn't died yet haunts me. She dropped me off at my great-aunt's doorstep when I was a year old. She convinced me to run away from my abusive great-aunt's home at 15 to live with her. None of this is in order, just wrote as I remembered things. Different scumbag dudes every night. One of them came into my room and pointed a pistol at my face. All my belongings worth anything were sold for drugs. Was left at home for days, sometimes a week or so alone. Cupboards were locked shut, I wasn't allowed to eat. She tried to stab me multiple times and threw me off the second-story balcony of our apartment. I had to pull a heroin needle out of her arm when I found her passed out on the kitchen floor. She got me a puppy and would spread peanut butter on the other side of my bedroom door to make my dog freak out every night, then eventually fed it crack and God knows what else, which killed my poor little Bailey. She'd threatened to murder me and dispose of my body under a certain spot so people would walk over my grave daily and have no clue. She eventually took a pocket knife of mine and rammed it through her own hand, hiding the knife under my pillow, and claimed to police I raped her to get rid of me. She was in the process of trying to sell me to some strange man, but I talked to the police when they questioned me and they took me to a bus station to escape her after she ran from the cops. I traveled a few provinces across Canada on the Greyhound for almost a week with no food or money to my grandfather's in a small town, whose girlfriend not long after dropped me off in my hometown at a youth shelter in the city where I became homeless. 15 years later I've got my shit together through all the trauma and I've never been the same since the worst 6 months of my life. I'll only go to her funeral to make sure it's actually her in the coffin.